Hello there guys, what's up? It's Stranger Hydra 9 and this is a Skyrim Vblog. It is currently Wednesday, November 9th, and basically tomorrow night or Friday morning to be more exact at 12:01, I will be getting Skyrim. I pre-ordered it a while ago, and this blog is just telling you what my plans are for it and kind of to share my excitement for it. This is the first game in a very, very long time that I've ever pre-ordered. So I'm extremely excited about it. And it starts off this wave where, you have Skyrim and you have Halo Anniversary coming up shortly thereafter. So I've been following the news about Skyrim. I have not watched the trailers or anything like that just because I personally believe that it's better not to, in the sense that you're going to get more excitement value, and you're not going to know the area, so it's going to seem wow, fresher the first time out. But it's an extremely exciting game. If you guys don't know, which I didn't know about until recently either, there's supposed to be an infinitive number of quests. This is because what happens after a certain point that you progress, I guess the quests are randomly generated. So I'm really excited about this. I think I'm going to be able to spend a lot of time in here. Like I said, I think I'm going to play as the character Hydra Vblog, which is a kind of homage to The Hobbit, because I think it's going to be kind of a Tolkien-esque world. And I'm just so excited to explore it, and I'm just so excited about this game. I am going to be getting the premium physical map, which is going to be awesome. I plan to write things on it, kind of use it as almost like a journal. So then when I look back on it, it's like wow, I think going to the midnight release a lot is part of it is just the excitement of it. You know what I mean? That feeling that when you remember back a year or two from now, it's like I was there at the very beginning. So I'm really excited about that, and if you guys want me to, I'm thinking about making several of these vlogs. Basically one today, hopefully one tomorrow, and then as soon as I get Skyrim, like the next morning, kind of 6 hours playing in. If I can, I'm gonna try to stay up the majority of the night, to kind of experience as much as I can. And then maybe 1 or 2 days in to kind of give like a preliminary review, what's going on, what happened to my character. So yeah, these images are just to show you some things of Skyrim, you know what I mean, just some images that are kind of out there on the net, really easy to find. And I definitely want to get your guys' opinion. What is your main mission? You know what I mean? Are you going to follow the storyline? Are you going to go out and quest on your own? Are you going to go hunting? Are you going to try to get the most spells? Are you going to play as kind of like a thief / assassin? I know a lot of people are really excited about the Dark Brotherhood, and I mean there's just so many options in this game. I think that it's just going to have extreme. It just not even going to really apply to replay value, because it's a different type of game than most RPGs. I think that what it is like a lot of RPGs are kind of in the Baldur's Gate line, kind of like Dragon Age, meaning they're awesome games. And I know a lot of RPG fans are probably going to hate me for this, but I really think that Baldur's Gate and Dragon Age are basically the same type of game, really. Where I think Skyrim's something totally different. And yeah, I just want to get your thoughts on it. And like I said, I'm going to be playing as Hydra Vblog. I'm pretty sure I'm going to choose a Dark Elf as my starting character. And my first quest, because I'll be kind of like a mage / kind of stealth character, is definitely going to be going and trying to slay dragons so I can get spells. I'm really excited about this. I'm sure it's going to be very hard. I have a lot of thoughts, like maybe if I'm not that physical of a character, maybe I'll lure them into town and get the guards to help me with them or something like that. I'm just so excited about that. And yeah, it's just that font, like, what's going to happen, and what's going to go on. And one thing I want to talk about is that I really want to play this game like I would react, meaning I'm not doing like a stealth playthrough where I want to play as an assassin, or to play as a good playthrough and then a bad playthrough and see what kind of happens. Especially in this type of game, I don't think you get the maximum out of it if you play like that. I think you get the maximum amount of it if you take a lot of time in designing your character, and if you really play how you would react, and that's what builds that immersion. And I've been playing since Morrowind, and I think Oblivion really, to me, had way more immersion than Morrowind did. Just because in Morrowind, a lot of times you would get confused. I'm not saying that Morrowind wasn't a good game. I played it for a long time, but a lot of the quests were kind of like hard to figure out. You didn't know what you was really supposed to do, and even if the quest was interesting, your frustration about not being able to complete it was kind of difficult. But I also was much younger back then, so wasn't as good at remembering things, etc. But then Oblivion just, I think, struck it really light. But I think what Oblivion's problem was is kind of like lack of excitement in terms of the enemies. I mean, the enemies were not as exciting as dragons, and also the kind of whole medieval theme to it has been done a lot. A lot of games have gone that way. So I mean, the whole knights and that type of stuff. I'm a lot more excited in the direction Skyrim's going, and I think it's going to be a lot more enjoyable for me personally. So another thing I wanted to talk about is I want to try to play this first playthrough as purely as possible. And what I mean by that is, like, you know how a lot of times you'll go and you'll do a decision and then it's like, oh, I didn't like that. I want to, go back and just, reload the last save and choose a different choice or a dialogue option, or do it differently to kind of create the result I want. I think I might do that on the second or third playthrough, definitely to try to see, okay, what can happen. But this first playthrough, I think I'm going to basically just do something, and whatever happens, happens. And I think that's going to make a lot more real to me, because if you can just reload the last save and it doesn't affect you in any way, then in a sense it makes you temporarily happier, like, oh, look, I got this, dragon sword and it's awesome. And, all I had to do was, the 10th time I figured out what to do. But the problem with that is that a lot of that, you lose your sense of immersion. You're not really connecting with the game as much because it's like, oh, basically it's so easy to beat because it's just like, okay, I do this, I do this, I do this, reload, save, reload, save. So I might do that on my second or third playthrough, but on my first playthrough, I'm just going to choose what I would choose and then basically live with the consequences as much as I can. Now, the only thing I think I might deviate from this is if I lose like a companion character, just because they're probably going to be a lot weaker than the main character, and if you don't reload in some points, you're probably going to be losing them quite often. But I'm just wondering what you guys think about that, and how you intend to play it. Are you going to play as a mage? Or are you going to play as a thief? Or are you going to play as an assassin? I mean, what race are you going to pick? There's all these options. There's all these decisions that you have to make. And I've just basically got the basics down. I'm really trying to not see too much so that when I experience it firsthand, it's like, wow. And I think in a sense, Skyrim really did this right in that, not much was leaked out, and a lot of people are like, oh, that's bad because it probably means the game's going to be crap. No, I think what that means is that they're trying to prevent so many spoilers from coming out that the game just it loses a lot of that impact. And that's why I haven't watched, let's say, the trailers or anything like that. Especially like the live action trailers, because I mean, I don't even really understand the point of a live action trailer. But yeah, so I definitely want to get your feedback on this. Give me some comments, how you're going to play, and tell me if you like these vlogs and want to see more of them. Alright, see you guys next time. Hydra out.